Welcome back, everybody. It is, it's Rednesday again. January 19th. Here we are. And everybody, wake the fuck up. It's Rednesday. Mob vlog. Well, hello, Red Wemette. And
hello.
We're spending an afternoon here on Mob Vlog. How are you today?
Beautiful. Nice sunny day out.
It is.
The sun is shining.
I'm bundled up. It's kind of chilly out here in Las Vegas.
It's chilly, but I'm bundled up.
What are you going to do? So today it is McCormick Place, and the mob, Chicago's mobs influences with the unions and all, especially though McCormick Place we want to talk about. And we have a lot to go through today, guys. If you're just getting in here, welcome. Be sure to hit the like button. We're almost up to 100 people already right off the bat. So it's going to be a really awesome day today. We should be doing quite well. So hit the like button. And if you're coming in here and it's not live, jump ahead 5 minutes if you don't want to hear all the welcomes. But hey, you guys are all out there and you're listening, and the only reason we're here is because of you. So I want to say hello to all of you. Mickey Griggs, Bill Mason, The Shovel, Chain Weaver, it's good to see you. Eric Epstein's back again. Jonathan Bartholomew, Cuthbertson, Illinois, I guess is where he's coming from. Cuthbertson. I've never Cuthbertson. Anyway, welcome. Good to see you on the channel. Scott H., good to see you. The Spice Company, McCormick. That is not what we're talking about today, Scott. We are talking about McCormick Place in Chicago, okay? Don Berlin, greetings from Quantico. Holy cow. Don, you must have some pretty high security clearance there, buddy. But a nice shout out for Quantico, the Marine Corps. Semper Fi, yes. Patrick O'Neill, East, yes. The East building, the East Side building. I believe that what he is talking about here is the fire that left the building looking like this. That's the East Side building, right, Red?
Yes, it is.
There you go. Greek lightning. You know what that means, guys. Thanks for that, Patrick O'Neill.
Term. It means arson.
Sean Pender, Pam Ingram, Red Wemette, you're here too. Hey, Jim Yeager, MK, you worked at McCormick Place since you were 17, and you'll be turning 58 this year. MK, I hope that you stick around for this broadcast because I'd love to hear some stories in the sidebar over here in the side chats from you. So used to sign in and then head over to Division Street Bathhouse. Oh, yeah. MK's got some good stories. Rocco, 4JK, hey, how's it going? Big Tuna, Chris Godela, Jim Magnifici's here, Frank Ferraro, Sonny Zaro. You're in Houston, Sonny. No Italian beefs in Houston. When you get back here to Vegas, though, Windy City Beefs, man, it's on. Chris Edmondson, Luminous Grin, Ricky Delta, Luftwaffle, Luftwafe 65's up. Well, guys, what's going on? Catherine Guerrero, good to see you. And I'm sure James is watching as well. Howard Herman, BSJ, G Money. Wow, you're actually catching it live, G Money. Good to have you aboard. Thanks for joining the channel as well. Steve Cutler, Benny Fazio. This is already going on for 5 minutes. Automobile. It's all you guys. Bobby Bag of Donuts, Cody Stella, Val Bagala. Stephen Crockett. In case you guys don't know, if you're just tuning in, I'm Adam the Butcher. I hack the names all up, guys. So if I'm in it wrong, hey, get used to it. What the hell can I say? Ryan Brown, Bruce City, Scott. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're doing well, Scott. It sounds like how the Westies in New York controlled the construction for the Javits Center or Javits Center.
Similar, very similar.
Yeah. So Barlight Broker, it's awesome. Good to have you around. So Happy Chicks, Tony Padula. You worked at the Wheelan Services at McCormick Place, guys. I was a carpenter in McCormick Place from like probably around 96 is when I worked there, 96 to like 97. And then I started working in a strip club, and it was better money than McCormick Place was, which is crazy because McCormick Place was pretty good money, especially when the auto show came through and all of it.
But the strip club is so much more entertaining.
Scott H. Yeah, we got a big crew now. It's growing, right? It's growing. Hey, Red, do you remember the Santa Maria El Dorada? It was a beautiful Kate. What the hell is this? Catriel? Does that sound familiar? The Santa Maria anything? No.
It doesn't sound familiar to me.
It's only Santa Maria I know came across with the Mayflower and the Nina and the Pinta. The Nina and the Pinta and the Santa Maria. That's what. Over under on the butcher names is 9 today. That's it. Thank you, Larry Lapper. My over under is 9 on the names that I butcher. You guys are hilarious. McZag Jan, hello from Scotland. Nice to see you. And Big King Fish. I grew up at Grand in Harlem, so I can answer some things around Chicago. Well, good to have you on the channel, Big King Fish, because all we talk about here is Chicago crime, Chicago mob history. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Cathedral.
A little Las Vegas.
Sorry, it's the Santa Maria Cathedral, is what Chris was saying. Does that sound familiar?
No, not to me.
No? Okay. Well, there you have it. Okay, so Red, let's get started here. McCormick Place, largest convention center in North America.
Yes.
And when so just give me the rundown of what your different
70s. In the 70s, after they'd rebuilt it.
Okay.
Actually, they used to hold the CES show, Consumer Electronics Show there. And then they stopped and they moved out to Las Vegas because that building that you saw, that was the fire, when they rebuilt it, there was a lawn in the back. There was a parking area and a lawn in the back, but the show got so big, McCormick Place couldn't handle it, so they put tents outside. And it was in July or August. It was really hot, and all the people were complaining because they all told me we're never going to do this again. So they went out west to Las Vegas and started holding it out there. And several of the guys told me, I told this to Adam, several of the guys told me they went to Bellagio's when they first came out there. And Adam said, well, as far back as I can remember, it was in the convention center in Las Vegas. And I said, what year was that? And he said, 2006. And I said, I'm going back to the 70s, man, way, way back.
Well, it wouldn't have been a Bellagio in the 70s. Maybe Sands.
The late 70s.
Well, the Bellagio wasn't built till the 90s or late 80s because the Mirage was the first mega resort in 85.
That's what it was. Mirage. I'm sorry.
Mirage. Okay. Yes. So there you go. In the 80s, the Mirage. Hey, it's how it goes. Joe Collada, good to see you. I hope that you're having a great day too. Barlight Broker, good to see you. South Shore Oil, thanks for joining the channel. And everybody here is doing well. So that's a good thing. So it's a good thing. You should all stay well. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Got to keep the health up.
Yeah. All right. So Mirage opened in 89. Dunes was in the 70s, TC. Thanks for checking that for us, TC. So maybe you're thinking of Dunes, Red, because it didn't open until.
I know it was out there because he talked about the wonderful buffets they had out there compared to the soda pop that you could buy at McCormick Place.
Right. Now you used to go to the Consumer Electronics Show when it was in Chicago.
Did you really?
No, you did.
Oh yeah,
because you had all the video equipment, right?
Yeah, I did. We had all kinds of electronic things that we'd use on. That's when I had the porn shop. So there were all kinds of different things. I used to see people from New York, and everybody show up with the latest equipment, MPO, electronics, and stuff like that. It's the latest equipment to show.
Okay. Big Tuna 815. The Riggers Union has a huge presence at the McCormick Place. They're probably the most corrupt union in Chicago. Thanks for sharing that, Big Tuna. I can only speak from my own
They're probably the most corrupt. Probably. There's so many. They're all corrupt. Which union is not corrupt?
Well,
name one.
Okay, damn good point. So it's been going on since the beginning. What the hell can you say, right?
Yeah.
But here's what I could tell you about my experience. This is just my personal experience, okay? So, and I'm not putting any names out there at all because this happened only 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So some people probably still around. But here's what happened. I had a friend, let's just call him a friend, okay, who I was 18, said, hey, you want to be making some good money, you should be a carpenter over there at McCormick place setting up trade show booths. I say, hey, what does it pay? And I think at the time it was like 27 or 32 an hour, whatever it was good money. And then you get that nice time and a half and double time and all that. Anyway, here's how it happened. This is how it went down. My friend said to me, okay, he said, what you're going to need is $1,000. And I was 18. I didn't have the money. So he lent it to me. And he said, now, one guy needs 500 and another guy needs 500. And I said, okay, that pays for my school, right? To go to the carpenter school to get the trade card. He said, no, that pays for the card. I said, well, what about the school? He said, don't worry about the school. He said, he's just going to get the card. All you need is the card. You don't need the school. I said, but I have to do the school to get the card, right? No, you need $1,000. Okay.
You bought your union.
I guess so. So the money went in. Now here's the next thing. They got the pool. So you go down there and you got to sit there with your card. And there's, 200 other guys, 300 other guys sitting there, right? And who are they going to call out of the pool, right? So now you got to get picked from the pool. And I had a friend. And like I said, that guy had been there for a long time. And he knew everybody. And he was a very close friend. So
he probably...
Now look at this. Look at this now. First day on the job. Get ready for this. I'm on the job now. I'm excited, right? We're putting up a trade show booth. Like, this is amazing in my mind. And here's all these guys bringing the crates through the aisles and the carpet's all down. And we're pulling pieces out of the crates. And this is a piece of cake, man. A goes to A, B goes to B. You know what I mean? Twist the screw, it's set up. So basically, I started that first day and I'm humping these pieces over and I'm getting them. And one of the guys on the booth, there was like 4 of us working the booth. And one of the guys on the booth, he said, hey, Adam, he said, come here a second. He said, I got to talk to you. And I said to him, oh, okay, and he literally puts his arm over my shoulder. He's like, we walk off the booth and away from the exhibitors. And he's like, look, this is a 3-day job to set this booth up. Okay. You're turning it into a half a day's job. And I said, so, well, we got to want to get it up, man. We get to the next booth. No. Don't take your time. Okay. Because this booth
City and county workers are all that way.
It's a 3-day job. Don't you understand? It's a 3-day job. We're going to get paid for 3 days here. Sam, but we could get this all done in 1 day, Yeah, but you don't. And I'm like, we can't. You understand? We can't. We don't want to. You need to take it easy. Man, I felt like the most useless. I stood there and I was like, do I set something up? Don't I? Do I? And so I watched them for a while. And then I saw what they did. They'd take the piece out and they'd stand it over there in place. Then they'd walk around the booth 4 or 5 times, looking for a rag. And they'd pick the rag up and they go over there and they'd spend, 10 minutes wiping the piece down, before they even connect it to the other. And I'm just going, what the hell? Like, this is how we have to work. And then you got to plug something in. No, you can't pick that plug up and no, doesn't work that way. You got to call an electrician. You need to flip an electrician to plug the plug in to the outlet. All right. And so you got to wait for this electrician to find his way from one building over to the other side of the building to get to the booth to plug the cord in for you. And he just paid for the whole hour. He's only there for 5 minutes, but they charge the booth for an hour because the electrician is ridiculous. Ridiculous. We're going to look at some comments here from the side. A lot of theft with the union workers going on back then. A lot of theft. That was another thing. So I remember there was like a furniture show in town. I remember the exhibit. They give the crap away off the booths because they don't want to. It costs too much to ship it back. Especially furniture and stuff that they're, costs a lot. So they'll
They
sell
write it off on their income tax, so they just get rid of it.
cash.
Like the guys that are working there,
Exhibitors.
they get first dibs on it.
Well, it's the people who are working there, yeah. But yeah, dibs on. I want this thing. I want that thing, and you pay the exhibitors in cash, or they just gave it away. Just gave it away because hey, nothing else, So, Big Tuna 815. I was just thinking, how much did they ask you to pay, Adam? It was $1,000, man, back in 1996.
For his union card. He bought his union card.
It was for the card, but it wasn't. It was. I think one was like the steward needed to get one. The union steward needed something. His wheels greased, and somebody else. And anyway, but
Probably
that's
the business agent, the BA.
James McElroy. Yeah, but I need the school learn how to be a carpenter, right? I mean, talk about naive and just come on, right? Union political mob hack jobs, JW. It seems that I don't know. Yeah. Did you hear about the many ghost payroll jobs? I did hear about the many ghost payroll jobs at McCormick Place. I ain't know nothing about any ghost payroll jobs.
I do.
Let's hear it.
Everybody that I ran into that was from Grand and Ogden that had jobs there, all they had to do, you see their name on the card. Somebody else would see their name on the card, and they tell me, "Oh, I'm working McCormick Place this week or next week or something like that." It's like a 3-week job or something like that. And I used to see him around. They'd be in the club or whatever, hanging out, right? And I'd say, "I thought you were at the job," and he said, "I am." So he got his check from the county, and that was it. A lot of people did that.
Scott H., I was in union for years. I found out quickly you don't work yourself out of a job.
No.
That's I just had a different work mentality the way I was brought up, that you're going to do a job. Don't do a job unless you're going to do it, and you do it right. Don't half-ass something. Don't cut a hog in the ass. Do it all, or don't do it. You know what I mean? So that's how I was. And
I had the same problem with IBEW. It wasn't at McCormick Place, but I was working out of the county building, which is on the Clark Street side, not the LaSalle, the Clark Street side, not the LaSalle Street side, or LaSalle Street side. I forget which, but they were all in the same building. And when they told me to change the light bulb, "Hey kid, go change the light bulb." All these guys are sitting playing pinochle, smoking their cigars, and they said, "Go on and change it." So I changed it real fast. I came back, and to make a long story short, they really chewed me out. They said, "What are you doing back so fast for?" And then they pull out their book or their chart, and it said, 20 minutes to get this. Did you get an A-frame ladder? Did you go to and all these different things, different times. So it was like maybe a 3-4 hour job, and I did it maybe in a half hour. That was it. I got chewed out so much I quit.
I can't, it's just jobs like that I, anyway, let's get some comments from you guys. Happy Rednesday, Keith Helton. It's good to see you. Chad Bocklinger, my uncle, my great uncle, Wayne Bach, worked at McCormick Place for a while. Did you ever meet Joe
Wayne Bach?
Right. Sean Pender, you met Walter Payton at the auto show in 1985. Man. Well, good old Walter Payton. Yes.
Number 34.
Greg Polly, Red, enjoying your book. Nobody Cares. Austin, Texas. Was unable to answer last week due to buffering. New PC today. Greg, got a new PC.
Thank you, Guy. And I'm glad you got a new PC. I got one too.
Wanachoa sounds like Freeman at the Sands Expo when they set up booths. So it's funny, Juan, but that's the company I was working for in Chicago. There was only 2 companies. There was, I think it was called GES, and then there was Freeman. It was 2 companies, and either, all the booths were this company, that company, but yeah, that was it. And I know when I drive to the warehouse in town, I go past the damn Freeman place.
They would bid on those jobs. They would bid on that job, and they got selected. Always.
Oh my God. Alaric Goth, an electrician, pulled a gun on a guy for trying to put a light bulb in their booth. Are you serious? Seriously, that really happened? Like literally, guy pulled a gun out, was like, take the damn light bulb out. That's my job. You're wheezing my gig. Come on. Oh my God. Luftwaffe, 65, 88 out of the military, got offered an electrician for the railroad. $5K for the union card. I was piss poor broke. $5K for it, huh? Wow.
I got mine because Mayor Daley Sr., who died in 1977, said I was a nice Irish lad and they should give me a card. So I went to Washburn Trade School. Like,
wow.
I mean, I was in and out. Instead of doing like the 12 weeks or 16 weeks, I only did it. I graduated like immediately.
Yeah.
I had to show up. Charlie Pierce was our coordinator then. He later became the union president. And then he got in trouble because he was pilfering a lot of things and signing them. And they were all in the basement. He hid them in the basement. I like
you know what else? You know what else went on a lot? I didn't get involved with any of this stuff, okay? But I just saw it go on. You guys gotta get it. When I was 18, 19, 20 years old, I was such a I don't know, I was a square. I didn't do anything wrong. I just stay out of trouble. I try to stay out of trouble, okay? What'd you say it was, Red? Your audio is breaking up, Red.
Naive?
Naive. Thank you. Yeah, no, your audio is back. Something went on there. So, yeah, I was naive. You know, I remember walking into I remember guys placing bets. Always the workers, man, placing bets. Put such and such on this and such, and bookies walking around. Basically, bookies walking around McCormick Place while they're at work, taking bets and doing all. And I remember going in the hallways and seeing guys in the hallways doing drugs, okay, off of like paint cans. They were paint cans and they were sniffing stuff off of it. So anyway, it was just not your normal, you know what I mean, working environment, let's just say. But then again, I guess I ended up in a lot of those weird working environments. So
we all did.
Big Tuna 815 guys still buy their union cards. But I wouldn't doubt it's still going on. So we put together this stand with a light up sign that said Keurig. I bent down to plug it in. The foreman said if I ever did that again, I was fired. Took me a while to figure it out. Jeez, man. Holy cow. That's crazy, TC. I worked at the Rosemont Horizon in the 80s. That was union. Rosemont Horizons probably still is, right? Yeah, that whole theater's got to be. Yeah. God, the Rat Pack is back. Is on their way to the Rosemont. I think this week or next week. Don Ciccio di Porzalo. A lot of the boys from the Heights in Cal City had jobs there.
Yes, it was a South Side thing.
Tony Padula, Kozo had a juice at McCormick Place. My dad was on the ghost payroll for years.
That's what I was just saying.
Yeah.
Kozo had the juice for all those unions.
Right. Scott, I remember
you knew Jimmy, you got it done.
Kozo was the way.
Oh, yeah.
Scott, I remember the restaurant food shows. Food items did not go back with the exhibitors. They gave me shopping carts full of goodies. Yeah. A Big Tune 815. The Illinois taxpayers keep the union's laborers in business in their members working tax dollars.
They do.
Barlight Broker. No wonder Illinois is super broken doomed. See, that's what I'm saying, right? And you got it right. Chicago's a war zone. Drugs and gangs ruined it. People would rather come to Las Vegas to go to a convention than to Chicago. You know, it's GES, Global Exhibition Services. I don't know, TC. I don't remember what it stood for, but that sounds like it could be GES. Elric Goth said yes. So yeah, they're always there. See, Juanachoa, they're always drag setting up my booth when I'm in Vegas for SEMA. Well, you know, I'm going to tell you guys something too. All these guys from Chicago at the McCormick place, they all bailed and came out here to Vegas because everybody started pulling their shows out of McCormick place because it costs so damn much to have a show there. Speaking of, the concrete convention's in town right now, Red. It's killing the businesses, killing it right now. Anyway,
The snow's killing it. Chicago, it seems.
Yeah. Alaric Goff got Peace Road's autograph. McCormick. He's a real jerk in person. You know, not every celebrity's, you know, fun to be around.
Sometimes what you see on television or what you see at a ball game or anything is not the real person. Meet him in the tavern later. That's the real person.
Yeah, right. Wayland Services and GPS would do the dollies. Yeah, Tony Padula, right. That was they would do the bringing the crates in is what you're talking about, right? On the dollies when they
that,
you know, and usually I'm going to tell you something else too. The guys who brought those crates in and pushed them around, at least in the 90s, they looked like they picked them up off the street downtown. Seriously, they looked like they were kind of like almost homeless looking, you know.
Labor.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they got paid, you know, minimum wage or whatever to push those crates. But looking back, it's interesting how many of the union BAs were Italian. My BA name was Joe Vitali. Go figure. BA.
Business agent. The BA, the business
union's business agents were Italian. Oh, okay, got it. Consumer Electronics Show is huge at McCormick Place. Yeah, well, now it's out here in Vegas. CES. It's the biggest show that we have in Vegas, and it's just finished. It just wrapped up to it's in the beginning of January. So, I guess the Italians are natural organizers. Guess so, right? So Jim Magnifici. Hide and seek for $1,000 a week. Unions, workers are humongous job sites. Union workers on humongous job sites. Hide and seek for $1,000 a week. Dude, that's hilarious, Jim Magnifici. Hide and seek for $1,000 a week. That's what they did. That's what they did. They moseyed on off those booths. Go talk to this guy over here. Go see what this is. I mean, I got to go to the bathroom again. Oh. Union break. I remember that. Union break, man. Coffee. Go to the Roach Coach. Everybody's running out with their cigarettes and getting oh my gosh.
We smoked on the job in those days. You didn't have to go outside. In those days, we smoked on the job.
No, they had smoking areas outside in the 90s. Don Ciccio Di Porzalo, big indictment between Chicago and Cleveland over the forklifts there. Brian Glade, the whole town of Rosemont is crooked. Donald Stevens was the head of it. Pete Rose has signed more autographs than any player in history.
I believe
it's the Allstate Arena now. No, is that what it's changed its name, huh? It's like they changed the Twitter Center out there in Tinley Park. Now it's something else.
I got Pete Rose's autograph on a bat, on one of his bats, when he was down in Florida at the winter, when they were doing their winter warm-ups or whatever. That was before he was kicked out of baseball.
RV Doc used to do the shows there at the Rosemont, the RV shows. I imagine you're into RVs, RV Doc. That's my guess.
He is.
Okay. I don't. Have you looked at his channel, Red?
No, I've spoken to him.
Oh, okay. The Shovel. Red, I watched a documentary on the 79 blizzard in Chicago. Apparently, it wasn't handled well, and the mayor hired a snow removal czar. Wait, Red, because I think I know who we're talking about. Royko then had an article claiming that the new czar was mobbed up. Is this that guy with Chicago, the band? Pete Chevarelli, right? Okay. So
the Snow Command Chief. The Snow Command Chief.
Snow Command
Gene Byrne hired him.
Illinois, LOL. Yeah, roll tide. That's about all you could do is laugh at it. RV shows coming up in Rosemont. David Grimpy. CES used to be Greyhound Exposition Services. I worked for them. Thanks, Ken O'Connell. I'm glad that you chimed in there because I had no idea what it stood for. So appreciate you. The Chicago was safer when the mob was at its strongest. Roll tide. Well, we've debated that before on the channel.
The 70s were really strong. I mean, they were building things and doing things. Jimmy Cozzo had it kind of lined up because he was something with the Teamsters Union, but it was Teamsters 714, 712. They were all different things. Dock workers, all different kinds of Teamster jobs, but the unions were all controlled by the Teamsters. And Joey and Jimmy Cozzo had their fingers in it deep, very deep. They had a big building across the street from Cozzo's place, and they had a big sign up with Teamsters logo, and it said Wagon Master. Huge building.
Wow. Paul Swilly, or Swiley, I think. Red, do you know a guy, the last name Appa or Appa? He was another show, another show big into gambling and a boxer.
No, I don't. Never heard of him.
Tuna. How to make cement shoes. TC, if you had to buy a pop and stuff for a one jobber, he would charge a booth exhibitor $57 for a case of Coca-Cola, and his cost was less than $3. Yeah. Everything. So good connection. Let's go. Never meet your heroes. SD Rooster. Okay. Wasn't there a theater at McCormick Place? Sean Pender, I couldn't answer you on that if there was a movie.
There was at one time.
Yeah.
At one time. I think McCormick Place burned twice. The one picture that you showed, I think it was in 1967 when I wasn't even in the United States. And then later on, it burned again. A lot of scandals about it.
Don Ciccio Di Porzalo, you had to be wired in to be a BA.
Juiced in. Wired in, juiced in, whatever.
Dewey Griffin, Barnyard. What's going on, buddy? Hey, Steve Crockett. This is Dewey and KY. I'm your dad's friend. We met years ago. We met at your Uncle Harold's house in Kentucky. Did you hear that, Steve Crockett?
you have an Uncle Harold in Kentucky?
I guess so. Hey, guys, if you're just getting in, smash the like button. If it's your first time in here, you've never been on the channel, all we talk about is Chicago mob history and Chicago crime history. So hit the subscribe or the prescribe, as we say around here. Hit that button, and that way you get notifications whenever we're on. And I got to tell you, every Wednesday. Go ahead, Red.
There used to be a, let's see here. The Erie Crown Theater. That's where Elvis played, at the Erie Crown Theater at McCormick Place.
Yeah.
It was a live show. It's like Rosemont. That was a long time ago.
TC World of Concrete going on at the LV Convention Center now. I know a few guys working it. Exactly. It's killing the business too. Now, these concrete guys come to town, they don't want to go on tours. So that's why today, after we get done with the show, go over to Red's channel. We're gonna have a little after party, open forum chat, so you guys can basically bring up anything that you want to talk about. We'll do. Jason Zach, you filmed a movie in the basement of McCormick Place. Interesting, man. What was the movie about? About guys not going to work and getting paid. Pam Ingram, yes. My father grew up at Fullerton and Lamont in Chicago. Joseph F. Fullerton and Lamont. Scott H. Roach coaches are always big business in the industrial site. Joe Messina in New York, the New York boss, owned a Roach coach company. Interesting. Did you ever see that movie?
Someplace.
Did you ever see that movie Chef? Where the guy he buys the food truck and he goes out on the road, travels the country, and and makes Cuban sandwiches and all that. You know, Cuban's got a pickle on it and the whole. Anyway, that movie made me want to do it, buy a Roach coach. But Anthony Artario, Did Irv Weiner have a son or a stepson that became a made guy? His house was decorated in early McCormick place. LOL.
He wasn't a made guy. He was not a made guy. Obviously, he couldn't be because Weiner was Jewish, but even Irv wasn't made. But yes, he did have a son.
Tony Padula, the bums would hide and come at the end of the day, and they want their daily paycheck. If Jerome Wayland didn't see them working, he'd tell them to get lost.
Take a hike.
Yeah. JW, back in the 70s, those union jobs didn't pay as much as the price sector. It was more security. Now they pay double the private sector.
I agree.
Which is the private. Oh, as much as the private sector. It was more security. Now they pay double. Okay. Bruce City 2, the Chicago government is insolvent massively. So Milwaukee as a city is not part of the Wisconsin state pension plan due to Milwaukee's finances being run like Chicago's. Really?
Yep.
Wow.
They don't want to get. They don't want to. They don't want to go down with the ship.
Chris Godla, you could smoke anywhere back in the day. On the plane, at the doctor's office. Hell, the doctor checking you might have had a cigarette in his mouth back then. Seriously. So that's so Red, you remember that time, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's 50s, man. Everybody had a cigarette in their mouth in the 50s.
60s, 70s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. It was all like that.
Yeah. Man. I remember smoking sections in a restaurant whenever I was a kid. Cindy Workman, how are you today? Thank you very much, darling. Appreciate you doing that. I hope that you're having a great day out there in Oklahoma. And yeah, thank you. Chicago's South Side and West Side are effed up right now. Hey, Chicago, South, West, East, North, it's all effed up right now, okay? Really, you don't want to go anywhere near that place. Seriously, Chirac, okay? Chirac. TC, local 705-714.
Yeah, there were so many locals. There were so many locals, not to mention 700, but there were so many locals. It was 701, 702. It went up to like 734, 750. But they were all part of the Teamsters. Teamsters bought them. They absorbed them. They didn't buy them. They absorbed them.
All right. So unlike the well-run state of Wisconsin, the state of Illinois is basically money insolvent. Interesting, Bruce City. Thanks for sharing that. There used to be two.
Wisconsin is solvent. Their state pensions and everything that goes with the state of Wisconsin is secure because they took care of their people. Illinois, no way. Illinois is going bankrupt.
Oh yeah, they're going.
They got the triple B bond rating.
Well, they're gonna be crying to the Fed. They'll be crying to the Fed, help us, help us. You run your damn state into the ground. That's your own damn fault. Ken O'Connell, there used to be two CES shows, the winter show in Vegas, and then there was a summer one in Chicago at McCormick. I think there's just the one now, though, isn't it?
Yes.
I think it's just the one, guys, but I could be mistaken. Luftwaffe 65. I just worked a setup at McCormick as a vendor. GES is still working it. Yep. They are pissy if you do anything a union guy should be doing. Oh yeah, right. I mean, and they are too. They aren't nice about it. Let's just say, right? They aren't nice about it.
Very demanding people.
Yeah. Chad Weismer. Hey, Red, did you ever hear of Count Dante?
Yes. Yes, I did. We had some very bad words. I put his father in prison.
Hey, Sean Pender. I was in the Caddyshack restaurant in Rosemont in October of 2020. I was in the Caddyshack. It's the only time I've ever been in there. It's funny you brought that up, though, but I ate there once. Cindy Workman. Oh, my God. I need to be a billionaire so I won't miss Mob Vlog. Hi, Red. Hi, Adam. Hope y'all are doing well. Keep them warm and healthy. We are, Cindy, and I hope that you are as well. Hey, can't ask for much more. So,
No.
Big Kingfish. One of the snow czars was Sal from Action Iron and Metal, right behind Washburn Trade School.
Yes. Yes. That was
One
on
of
the
the
south
snow
side
czars.
here in Washburn. The old Washburn.
Was that before or after Pete? Chevrolet.
After Pete.
Joseph Scherzinga. I bet you it's Scherzinga. Scherzinga. The fourth, but it's the fourth. Ferrara, Chicago. Frank Ferrara. Chicago doesn't have much of an east side now, does it? No, the east side is very small in Chicago, but there is an east side of Chicago technically, and it's the east side. But no, it's not very big.
Very affluent neighborhood. A very affluent neighborhood. I mean,
matter of fact, East Chicago. It's actually East Chicago. So I mean, it's right there on the east side.
Well, then you got East Chicago, Indiana, too.
Well, it kind of bleeds over there because you're getting the Whiting and all, and that kind of still the east side, but it's now you're in Indiana. So I remember Beer Can Alley is what it was called. That was over there in Whiting. It was Beer Can Alley. That's where all the kids went to drink, underage, hang out at the beach and drink and and screw all that, JW, a bunch of city trucks used to be in front of the bars on Friday at noon after they got their paycheck. Nobody worked Friday afternoons.
It's like the beer truck drivers. They're supposed to be off the street at 4 o'clock, but they made it by noon.
Right. Gomph just drove by a funeral home that had the giant Union inflatable rat in front of it. The giant Union inflatable. What the hell is he talking about, man? I have the funeral home that had a giant. I have no idea, Gomph, what that is. I don't know, man.
You're joking at him. It went over your head.
All right, then I missed it.
The rat at the funeral home.
The what?
The rat at the funeral home.
It's over my head, man. I'm yeah. Okay, TC, Fullerton and Pulaski, Tom Dare's Dang Ho Chinese Restaurant. Tom Dare's Dang Ho Chinese Restaurant must be good. Airy Crown Theater is at McCormick. The Airy Crown is at the theater at McCormick. Thanks, Ken O'Connell.
That's where Elvis did his comeback in 1968. 1968, Elvis did his comeback at the Airy Crown Theater at McCormick Place.
All the years I lived there, I never went to the Airy Crown Theater. Never. You believe that?
It was a theater in the round. It was a theater in the round. You had the stage in the center, and everybody could gather around it. It was great.
So it was a theater in the round.
Well, the stage was in the center.
Well, I can tell you. I'm going to tell you why I never probably saw a show there. Because you can't do a magic show in the round. So I didn't see Doug Henning there. I didn't see David Copperfield there. It's okay. I went to any magic show that came through town, and none of them were in the round. Okay, because
you'd be spinning around constantly. You'd be spinning around constantly.
Bill Mason. I used to hang with Mike Switek and Danny B at McCormick. It's the shot of the East.
Mikey worked there. I don't know how many jobs he picked up at McCormick Place. I used to see him over at Kozos, and he used to say, "Yeah, I'm working McCormick." That's one of the guys I was talking about. They say, "Yeah, I'm working McCormick Place." Mikey Switek.
Okay, so the Chi. The east side of Chicago is actually the far south side of Chicago because there really is no east side of Chicago. So I gotta.
They're close. He's close. He's close.
I see. Okay, but just take a look at this right here, and there's Chicago. Okay, and the east side is kind of down there in the
southeast.
So yeah, is it really an east side? It's not really an east. If you look over there, it's because here's the border of Indiana and Illinois, right? Somewhere. Well, that's East Chicago right there. So yeah, it's the south. Because the east really would be Lake Michigan. That's all there is. There's water to the east, right? So that's what you're gonna have. You're gonna have Lake Michigan. Hey guys, by the way, we're about 15 more minutes here. But afterwards,
Hey,
if you
Frank,
guys,
how you doing? Hit the like button, guys.
yeah, guys, hit the like button. All right, let me catch up on some comments, guys, because I really got far behind. Sal Manella, it's nice to see you. Ryan Brown, Adam and Red, Rudy Fratto's cousin Johnny was on an episode of Deadliest Warrior along with Meyer Lansky, Meyer Lansky II, Johnny Fratto's father, Louis Fratto, who was Milwaukee Phil's cousin, from what I read.
That's
Ryan,
correct. That's correct.
He was on an episode of The Deadliest Warrior. I got to look that up. That sounds interesting. So
I thought that might have been Sid Korshak.
Who loved WAF. I was in the IBW 1031, and what a waste of union dues. Yeah, I know. So anyway.
Adam.
Yeah.
Run theater. Golf Mill. On Golf in Milwaukee. Way back when.
Joe Wagons, Stevens Restaurant, Northeast Corner. I'm just trying to catch up with everybody here. Thanks again, Cindy. Adam's beefing on union business. LOL. Okay, Bill, I'm not beefing on anything. I'm just telling you how it is, man. That's just what I experienced. I'm telling you my own personal stories. They're my own personal stories. You know, yeah. Remember able to smoke in the malls in the 80s, Brian Glade. I don't remember that. I mean, maybe. Then again, the mall we went to the most was River Oaks, and it was an outdoor mall at the time. When I was a kid, it was they enclosed it, but it was outdoor then. No, I don't really remember that. Yeah. Hell, the doctors back in the 70s probably had a doobie in his mouth, Alaric Goth. Adam, didn't you read my Lake Michigan comment? Sorry, Pam, I missed it. Tony Padula, Red, what's your most prized possession?
Oh, wow. Probably that scarab that I showed you. That scarab that I got from Egypt.
Yeah.
That's probably my most prized possession.
That is.
It's priceless. I brought to the Museum of Natural History, which was a field museum. I brought down the Egyptian exhibit. They carpentered it, and I asked them how much they would buy it from me. And they said, we can't afford to buy it, but we'll put it on an exhibit for you and put your name on it. And I said, no, that's okay. I'll take it home with me. And I still have it.
Interesting. So Jason Zach, sorry, lost connection. The movie that was filmed in the basement of McCormick Place was called Captive State. It stars John Good.
Yes, and I saw it. Captive State.
It just came out. 2019.
Right.
And there, I just pulled it up. There. Captive State. Interesting, man. Thanks for sharing that, Jason. John Goodman. I mean John Goodman, the big guy John Goodman, oh yeah, Captive State. There's John Goodman.
Yep.
He's in it. Yeah, he's in it too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I hope it's a good movie.
It is. I like
Brian, Adam, in your background picture, you should add a little red Pinto that was dropped in the Blues Brothers. Maybe I will. Everybody has to make a living.
If I'm not mistaken, they were driving an LTD.
Kendrick Fletcher. Good to have you with Kendrick. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button. I did a trade show at McCormick, and the union would not let me set up a folding chair. That sounds about right. Yeah. I live on the east side near Whiting, Indiana, Wanachoa. Well, I grew up right there, man. That's Brainerd Avenue, runs right through there. That's what I used to take, Brainerd. I dated a girl in Whiting for a while when I was a kid, and I used to drive down Brainerd all the time going in there. Man, a lot of oil refineries and steel mills, and they got that casino out there now. I think it's the Horseshoe. Pretty sure it's a Horseshoe Casino out there in Whiting. Unions might be a bit corrupt for a construction worker, but electrical, carpenter, plumber, it's better than working non-union, pays better, and the benefits are better. It's still better than working non-union. Yeah.
An electrician, I think they're making like $82 an hour now.
How much?
$82 an hour.
There's no way they're making $82 an hour.
Look it up. Union Electricians. Look up the Chicago local.
Hey, somebody on here, I'm sure knows. Put in if anybody knows, put in what the current rate is, if you wouldn't mind. If you know.
I was with 1034. Our union was 1034, IBEW, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers.
Dan Lofat, East Chicago has its own police and fire. Now it's an actual city. Yeah, this is what the funeral home joke flew over my head too. Thanks, Scott. At least you're right there with me. East side is Hyde Park, South Shore, Burnside. So, okay, I used to be wanting to call it that. So, Chris Godla, he ain't lying about the huge rat. They do it when they're on strike. Oh, there's really a big rat on the front of a thing. They use a giant rat here in New York when they're striking. Pete Byron. Thanks. Look, I'm really far behind. If I missed your comments, guys, I apologize, but I got to catch up here. Ryan Brown, thank you very much for that. It was a comparison of weaponry between Al Capone and Jesse James. Show was on the History Channel. It's a comparison of the weaponry. Oh, very cool. Between Capone and Jesse James. I'm gonna check that out. Ryan, thanks for sharing that. And let's see. Let me catch up to the latest comments, guys. There we go. 50 an hour. There we go. 50 an hour. Thanks, Philip Holt Jr.
That's what it is today. That's what it is today.
Joe Egg, $51 an hour. IBW Local 134, Chicago. He was thinking what the entire package. Yeah. All tellers at Maywood Park were IBEW Local 150. They made tons of money. Thanks, TC.
That was 150 though. That 150 was a different union.
Got it.
They didn't actually do electrical work. They just worked on the electronic equipment.
Why do they put the rat out there when they're on strike? I don't understand that. What does the rat represent?
We call them scabs. In New York, they call them rats. If you cross the picket line, you're a scab in Chicago. If you cross the picket line in other places, they may say rat. Thank you, Dave. Dave Gimpy just said he saw.
You totally. It's funny, Red. You're absolutely right. You're on. Oh my God. All right, let me throw it back up here, guys. Just give me just a second and share. There we go. There is the labor. Scabby the rat is in this case deployed by a local union in Chicago. Will be there to call attention to workers' rights. Wow. So it's a 12-foot tall inflatable rat named Scabby. It has pointy teeth, red eyes, and depictions of oozing pus-filled scabs on his belly. What the hell? According to the recent decision from the National Labor's Union Board, this giant rat and its brethren across the country now have free speech rights too. Giant inflatable rats have been used for decades. It's widely recognized as a symbol of a labor dispute. I had no idea. That's insane. I had no idea. So love those rat rubbers. Not 150 operators. This is crazy. You guys, that's insane. Somebody who crosses the picket line's a rat. I got it. Okay. Sounds like my ex-wife, Alaric Goff. Sounds like my ex-wife. What the pointy teeth, the red eyes, the depictions of the pus-filled scabs on the belly. Sounds like your ex-wife. Wow, Alaric. Sounds like
I'm getting a kick
now
out
we know
of
why it's your ex.
Yeah.
Rat gourd on non-union sites are picketed by union workers. Rat gourd on non-union, gotcha, picketed by union work. The giant rat may be my ex-wife. So, well, I guess you weren't the only one that thought of that, Alaric. The rat was in Fox Lake last year. That rat was in Fox Lake. Wow, that's wild. See, Mickey Griggs didn't know either. That's pretty crazy. I didn't know it. Mob Vlog, you guys failed to recognize that the contractors at McCormick Place charge inflated prices. The union labor just get a little piece. The contractors McCormick charge inflator. Oh, yeah, no, they way overcharge. So if the guy's getting paid, let's just say they have 5 carpenters on the booth, and the carpenters are all making $50 an hour, right? So you think they're going to charge $250 an hour? No, they'll charge $600, $700, $800 an hour, and then the guys get paid, and the union keeps the rest of that. Yeah. So they also do. Yeah, John Sarkis. They also use the rat when a company used a non-union contractor. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, this is crazy. People come from all over to see it. I honked like a half a mile before and after and waved to them. That's awesome, Barley Broker. Brett, you're in Round Lake. TC, the union Ford mechanics put an inflatable rat up at Highland Park Ford last fall. Damn, what the hell? I didn't know anything about this damn rat. That's crazy.
I heard about it.
So you learn something new every day. And never heard of the rat balloon and label either. Thanks, Bruce City. You're with me on that. I didn't either. I had no clue.
We call them scabs, Bruce City. We call them scabs in Chicago.
Yeah, well, that's why they named the Scabby the rat. Yeah. Right? They're scabbies. That's awesome. Customers don't save any money. The contractor pockets all the money rather than paying the workers. Common misconception would be that would be cheaper if non-union. Also, you may have inferior craftsmanship.
Very inferior.
Yeah, I know, because they all go to school, right, to learn the trade. Don't I have to go to school to become a carpenter? Come on. Oh, they are scabs. I was wondering, Holman Sanders was wondering what the hell was up with the big rat around town. See, now you know. See, you tune in the Mob Vlog, you learn something new. We all learn something new. What the hell? Guys, we're going to be live in a couple of minutes. We're wrapping this up. We're going to be live in a couple of minutes over on Red's channel. If you don't know where that is, go down in the description of this video, and I want you to click on the link down there. It's going to be an open forum. Whatever you want to talk about, bring your opinions, bring your questions, bring your thoughts, okay? And we'll see you guys over there. We're wrapping this one up today. Red, thank you so much for spending the afternoon on Mob Vlog.
You're welcome, Adam. I enjoy it.
Good. Always good to have you on here. It's always fun, and I look forward to next week. But I'm going to look forward to in a few minutes seeing you over on your channel, and we'll talk a little bit more. So one more time, guys, it's been great having you.
Hit that like button and subscribe.
Yeah, hit the like. And David Grimpy says they have more than one blow up rat. So,
yes, they have dozens of them. They're all over the United States.
Yeah. Next time I see the rat, I'm going to get a picture with it. Do that, Barlight Broker. All right, guys. We'll see you. If you want to, like I said, join us over on Red's channel, you can. We're going to be over there in just a minute. And but for now, hey, thanks. It's been fun once again. And we'll see you soon, Red. Thanks for coming on Mob Vlog.
God bless.
We're out. Take care.